One thing that I was kind of curious, especially because Car is here, and you kind of are in that space of like trying to reach, young people who are disaffected, is somebody who for a while kind of served that role on the right was Jordan Peterson, and he just released a video in what appears to be, I think Lance called it a Batman villain suit, or was that Matt?
Batman villain vomit.
Yeah, Batman villain vomit, where he is responding to the fact that I don't know what it was in Canada that happened to him.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Maybe the Canadians can help me with this, but he just
I can fill it in.
Okay, yeah, can you?
Yeah, okay, so this is a really funny story. As you all probably know, Jordan Peterson is in a bit of a legal problem, but it's not even a real problem. He's made it out to be a free speech issue. All that's happened is that, like any other medical board, there's a licensing board. So to be a clinical psychologist and to say that you're a practicing clinical psychologist, you have to be licensed through a board. And the board was submitted a number of complaints by a bunch of people saying that he has done some things that are not befitting the statute of what a licensed, clinical psychologist should be, including mocking a person online and telling them to unalive themselves, and just the like unbelievable amount of transphobia, just like nuclear levels of transphobia, right? Being obsessed with Elliot Page's abs, like, oh god, they're glistening in the moonlight, what can I do? And so like eventually the board got together and they're like, we're going to take away your license. And he doesn't have clients, by the way. He's not like a practicing psychologist, but we're going to take away your license.
Practice even?
No, he's got.
Does he teach still?
No, he's just a. Why would he?
He's a personality
from being
right?
a bigot. Yeah, he's just a celebrity. He's a media figure.
He has a Daily Wire contract now, so he's good.
Yeah, exactly.
They pay good.
And so they're like, we're going to take away your license unless you take a course. That's it. The stakes are so low, and he's managed to turn the whole thing to like, oh, this is about freedom of speech, the tyranny of Justin Trudeau, and the communism
of Canada. Isn't he supposed to be an academic? Like,
well,
his whole thing is that he's claimed to couch his bullshit in academia. Listen, I've had even people on my side say, well, at one point when he was teaching, he at least had some chops as a clinical psychologist in teaching it. I watched some of his course recordings, and after hearing him reference the Dragon of Chaos, I'm just like, did these kids pay money for this class? Because it's Canada. Maybe it's free. But I'm like,
it's not, it's just cheaper.
Here, that course was 4 digits minimum. And I'm like, if they paid for that to hear a self-proclaimed academic,
are you talking about the one where he thought like this ancient like painting was DNA, and proof that DNA was like discovered long before people knew what DNA was because of a serpent like with their tails wrapped around, and then and everyone's like, that is not evidence.
And he's
DNA,
making a psychological argument and utilizing metaphors like about the Dragon of Chaos. What the fuck, dude? we're just getting to the point where we realize that Freud was about 70% full of shit, and you're teaching this now in the 21st. Jesus Christ. So well, before I launch it, Mike, what was your actual question about JBP?
No, I just wanted you to react to this as well. Like, I thought it'd be good to get you to react to this as well, since you kind of like have the best way of dismantling these types of people's bullshit.
Okay, so
I will say I'm not playing 38 minutes. So are we going to play a clip?
Yes,
or?
and can I add one last thing? He made this after they ruled that he in fact was not in violation of the Constitution or his freedom of expression. So that this is basically, he's just lost the court case, and he made this video as a response.
Oh, it's just reaction to it. Oh, okay, so
yeah, he is very.
Let's just see, like, I don't know,
just the first couple.
See what he does.
Yeah, just a little bit of it.
Despite my proclivity to feel guilt, which is quite substantive, and despite my temperamental unwillingness to engage in conflict, not only do I not see what I did wrong, I think what I've done on the public communication front is my responsibility as a clinician to tell the truth about what I see. So we'll make it public.
Oh God, I can't. This
is
so dramatic.
Give
me a break.
Okay.
Give me a break.
So, to my response to the gentleman that talks like a senior high school student's final exam essay, because they spent a whole year in the encyclopedia learning the big $100 words.
Proclivity.
I feel like he uses that one a lot too. I feel like I've heard him say that specific word numerous times.
He's the only
he
one.
always overcomplicates every sentence. Like you know what I mean?
You know what it is? He's speaking he's using ABA guidelines for writing with spoken word. That's what he's doing. And he is using a 3.8 paragraph structure for a written script. Okay, so what we have here is the idiot's idea of a smart guy. And in his case, first of all, his stupid fucking suit is
it's his logo, by the way. It's the Maps of Meaning logo as a suit.
Is it
that's
really?
What it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
It is clearly him having leaned so hard into the fact that he is a content creator. He is not an academic. He is not clinical anything. He is first and foremost, because no academic.
What are you saying?
Or clinical psychologist releases a YouTube video dressed like the fucking Reese's Pieces color scheme. And is this his signature on his fucking jacket lapel?
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Oh no, he signed his own
totally
name.
Is. That says Peterson. Yeah.
Wow.
So here's the thing.
So cringe.
In our defense, or in our favor, he's going so extreme and cartoonish that I don't know if his audience of impressionable people will be as big or as receptive anymore, because this is clown shoes shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But moreover, this is something to his diehards, his true believers, as many things he's done in the past. He's the one academic that's coming in hard with the anti-academia stance. And it's like, how do you ride the prestige of being a trained psychologist, but nowadays rail against what anything the field has to say about what you're actually doing? You know, he is a grifter, and grifters are very good at filtering and self-selecting their audience. Right, me and you, and I say you as the collected trust here, we're not meant to receive this message. It's going to filter us out pretty much immediately. See also cult recruitment. There was I don't like to reference other content creators, but I watch too much YouTube. So Knowing Better did a video on cults, and they covered Nexium and that fucking douche that was running that shit. And he made a great point saying, no, not everybody will fall for this. It is custom tailored to hook in a very specific group of people. So that is what leaves you with the choice. I would make the argument that the group of people he's targeting with this kind of shit is small and largely inconsequential. I can say that partially because I have a friend who's fallen into it. And I started to get a little upset. Yeah, I started to get a little upset because we're both metalheads and spent many years geeking out over the same music, you know, driven by our neurodivergent obsession with finding all kinds of new heavy metal music. And he's now posting blog posts about how actually the catalog of the band Tool ties in closely with the teachings of Jordan Peterson. And I'm like,
oh no,
Maynard James Keenan would hate both of you, just letting you know. And
did they think the Machine was the good guy? Like, oh no, why are they raging? Stop raging.
Cocaine.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists. Up yours.